Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609 on the road again in my Ram pickup V6, pulling my Casita 17-foot travel trailer, 2019 Casita, and we are smoking down the highway at about 58 miles an hour. Temperature right now is, and I quote, 53 top-up degrees. No wind. Very nice day for RVing. What is RVing all about? Guys, for me, it's about this. It's about getting up and hooking up in the dark, getting on the road early, and enjoying a beautiful sunrise, which I'm enjoying now. The sun's just coming up. We got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. John Denver said that. Pretty good song. Yeah, it's pretty, isn't it? I know it's going to be a little dark for a while till the sun gets over the mountain, then it'll be too bright. But having said that, guys, RVing for me, I'm 74 years old, is definitely a way of life I enjoy. It has its ups and downs like everything else, even living in the sticks and bricks. Nothing's perfect. But overall, for me, this is a good lifestyle. It's challenging. It keeps my mind alive. You know, there's always little things to do and places to go. You know, and this is just in the USA. There's a whole world out there. But up here, we turn left and head towards Fort Stockton. This is the road. I think this is 290. I'm not sure. It goes east and west. But it is nice. I think I said the time is, it's just a little after 8 a.m. in the morning. I got started pretty well on schedule. Fixed my breakfast and put it in the truck. And I'll eat it. I'm eating it on the way. Not right now, of course, because I have manners. But anyway, it's a beautiful day for traveling. Yeah, these are the days that RVers like. Very little, but in fact, virtually no wind. And if it is, it's a favorable wind from behind me, which makes it better. But I've got about 6 gallons of gas, because I didn't put any gas in while I was in Alpine, because it was $2.85 a gallon. Got 60 miles left to Fort Stockton, so we'll be okay on that. I'm averaging about, right now, 15.9. We'll say 16. How about that? Round numbers. But having said all that, guys, just enjoy the sunrise with me, and we're on our way back to Kingston. We got a 7-hour drive. I usually don't do those, but the only other option is to stop somewhere on the way. And there's 2 options. One's in Ira-Ann at the city park. That's about an hour and a half away from my home, which doesn't make much sense. In the same way, the other stop would be Junction, Texas, and that's about an hour and a half away from my home base in Kingston, Texas, so it doesn't make much sense. By the time I got all set up, I could have been home. And so it's a good drive. It's the bulk of it is on Interstate 10, so you just set it on 60 or whatever you want to drive and go for it. Yeah, we got to take a left right up here and go towards Fort Stockton. 58 miles, according to that. Yeah, that's Highway 90. I said 290. It's Highway 90, and now we're turning left on Highway 67. And this takes us over to Interstate 10. We take a right, and then we go to Fort Stockton. Beautiful day for RVing, I have to tell you. I'm glad it's not nighttime, or those lights would be blinding me, because we've got car lights now on cars that'll burn holes in concrete. But from Alpine to Fort Stockton, it's slightly downhill. I think the elevation of Fort Stockton is about 4,000 feet. So I'll go down about 500 feet to 600 feet in 60 miles. More whiskey, por favor. But I kind of let my truck go the speed it wants to go. If sometimes we get up to 65, but it's usually somewhere between 55 and 60 is a sweet spot. Pretty skies, isn't it? Beautiful blue and pink and orange. I love that early in the morning. I don't know if this is a passing lane or not. Maybe it is. Let's go, trucks. Y'all are in a hurry. Go for it. Out here, it's nothing for people to drive 100 miles to buy groceries. So they tend to drive a little faster because they're used to these roads. I mean, this pickup here, this is a Ford pickup. That thing's got more lights on the front of it than a 747. On the road again. Can't wait to get on the road again, guys. Well, I got my breath. I said that, didn't I? How was the trip to Alpine, Rusty? Well, I enjoyed every day of it. I really did. Why didn't you stay longer? Because I didn't want to. Okay. Why didn't you go to Del Rio? Well, because it's going to be too warm for boondocking, and that's all you're going to find there now. All the RV parks are full, and they've only got 2 boondocking sites open at the recreation area at Amistad Dam. They've closed the rest of them. They say it's due to poor attendance. You believe that? No, I don't. Because what difference does it make if they have only one person? It's just like finding money to them. This is a long old drive, but I like it. I enjoy it. I like this area. I like this kind of environment. It's dry, rugged. You know, it's just west. This is what the Western USA is all about. You think about riding across this country on a horse or a wagon pulled by mules or oxen or whatever. Man, you had to be made out of leather. Okay, telling you. You had to be pretty tough and pretty self-confident and pretty self-sufficient, because you'd have died. I'm sure there's bones all over this place. You know, up here on the left is a solar energy setup that covers probably, I'm going to speculate, at least 2 square miles. It is huge. And they're tied into the grid too. Talk about a great place for solar. Jeez. Notice the cloudy sky, right? It's like that about 90% of the time. There's not a cloud in the sky. Shows to be 57 degrees now. It'll warm up as we get closer to Fort Stockton. Y'all ever been on Benji Road? I have. It goes right out there in that desert on the right. There was a doctor that owned some property out there, and he said, hell, Rusty, you can go out there on that land of mine camp if you want to. I did one night. Damn. I mean, I was surrounded by coyotes the whole night. I mean, I was scared to come out in the morning. They went around my trailer all night long, it seemed like. They make the craziest noises, man. You know, in addition to the howls, they do all kind of yipping and giggling and strange, getting your head out there in the middle of nowhere by yourself. Now I can imagine being out there on a horse and laying on the ground. You know, the way the old cowboys slept, though, they would dig a hole, dig out a place. They dig a place out for their hips, so they'd lay flat on the ground. You get some old hippie woman out there, you had to give her a shovel, and let her dig a while. On the road again. This is a really peaceful time of day. Not too many people out. A little early in the morning for much traffic till you get to Interstate 10. But it won't be too busy with trucks today. I don't know why that is, but I think what it is they don't like driving into that direct sunlight. I don't blame them. But I'm hoping that by the time I get to Interstate 10, that the sun will be up high enough that I can put down the visor and block it. That was my plan. Is that a good plan? We're gonna find out here in about 30 minutes. But we'll let this video go a minute and let y'all enjoy this beautiful scenery, because, or the sunrise, even though you can't see the vegetation because it's just black. It's sunrise enough that I'm able to see without the headlights, even though I have the headlights on. And I usually drive with the headlights on 2-lane roads. Sometimes I drive with the headlights on interstate, depends. It's a safety thing. Here comes the old sun right up over there. Now I got to put this visor on the passenger side. On the passenger side in the window so the sun ain't shining right in my face. Up the hills and down the hills, all around the hill. Here I go. Let's see, what can I tell you about Alpine in that area, people? If you go out there, you know, a good place to town to check out, there's not much there. It's Fort Davis. Of course, you got Marfa's, a little artsy town, and they have the Marfa lights, you know, if you're into that sort of thing. Big Bend is, the national park is very interesting, but it's vast. I mean, it's huge. It covers hundreds of square miles. So if you go there, allow plenty of time so that you can, if you want to see Boquillas Canyon and Costalon, then allow, you know, 1 day for each one of those, because if you try to do them both in 1 day, you can spend the whole day driving, because it is a long way around there. And then of course you got the basin there, which is up in the elevations for a campground. They have a restaurant there. And then you got the ghost town, Terlingua, Studi Butte, Lajitas, the little resort area. And yeah, it's you know, it's got its attraction. It's a nice place to visit, but it's a long way from anywhere, guys. When you leave Interstate 10 until you get to Big Bend National Park, you're looking at about 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours, depending on how fast you drive. It's a long way out here, man. The distances are. This is a big, wide open country out here. They got ranches out here that cover. Hell, there's one ranch on the way to Marfa. You'll see a sign on the highway that says ranch headquarters 48 miles. 48 miles off the highway, driving on the same ranch. Down a gravel road. You got to know you got to have good tires for that. Would I want that big old ranch? Man, what for? You can't eat dirt. Give me $48 billion, I'll take that. Then I can eat whatever I want to eat. No, a lot of these people out here are what I call land poor, because they own a lot of land, and of course it has value, but you know, they look good on paper. It shows that they're $100 million people, but they probably can't make change for a $10 bill. I've known several of them, and the worst thing that can happen to them is somebody dies, and then they get hit with a state tax. And they don't have any cash, then they have to sell the ranch to pay for it. Anyway, guys, I'll end the video now so I can enjoy the drive. But anyway, thumbs up. Carpe diem from somewhere between Alpine and Fort Stockton, Texas on a Sunday morning. Nice day. Enjoy your life. I'll post this video probably this evening when I get back to Kingsland, because I've got a very exciting driving video for y'all again on Big Bend. I know y'all really enjoyed that one. I'll upload it when I get to Fort Stockton, maybe. Or I'll wait till I get to Junction probably to do that one. But you'll have watched it before you watch this. Anyway, guys, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye, bye, buy anything you want, anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products. Drink plenty of water, take deep breaths, stretch, walk, stand guard at the door of your mind. Enjoy your life and stay healthy, because those two go together. Enjoying life and staying healthy. So bye-bye from somewhere between Alpine and Fort Stockton. We'll talk to you when I get back to Kingsland, and that'll be mañana. Adios, guys. Bye-bye.